Nick and Leslie talking holiday cheer. Hallmark movies, cozy nights, and a festive review today. Hey, grab a seat and a sweet treat, cozy up, push play. Movie cheers, what you'll hear this Hallmark movie day.
Welcome to episode 26. The Finnish Line is the movie we reviewed. Full disclosure, we recorded this 3 times, so some of our joy has left.
Yeah, glad we finished with this.
But that's not to say the movie doesn't deserve it, because The Finish Line was wonderful. So let's play that.
Top 5.
Yeah, top 5. Let's play that trailer.
The 300-mile Christmas race around Finland.
You've been working your entire career for this.
One team, one dream.
Gosh, I hope you win.
You ready for this?
I'm ready for anything.
The Finish Line, only on Hallmark Channel.
So, The Finish Line teaches us about some people named... That's the Christmas quest. We have Anya, Elise, Cole, Lavi, and Monty. Anya and Elise are best friends. They're from Alaska. They are... Anya is a dog sled racer. Elise is her coach, partner, business partner, something like that.
You tell you she's not a coach. She's like her manager.
Her manager.
I don't think she's coaching her doing sledding.
Oh, okay.
Right?
So, either way, they are now headed to Finland to compete in a tournament up there. This is the tournament that Anya's father lost on his winning streak 30 years prior. So there's a lot of pressure on her doing well. While they're there, they meet Lavi, Anya's cousin. He is going to be introducing them to the world of Finland and what it's like around there. He is a hilarious person. He and Elise have wonderful chemistry together. Of course, they end up getting together at the end. Spoilers. But there's a really good moment where he says, "So how have you been enjoying Finland so far?" And she's like, "Oh, they must really love Christmas here." And he says, "Yes, this is the home of Santa Claus." She said, "Oh, I saw 12 Santas on the way here." And he's like, "There's only one Santa, but he's very fast." That was a good joke.
Mm-hmm. Good banter.
Yeah, that's kind of the quality of writing we get in this movie, which is why I gave it a 7 out of 10.
Sure, quick wit.
Yes, it was very funny. So Anya does her first qualifying race and ends up pushing her lead dog too hard, and he gets injured and needs to sit out the rest of the tournament. So Cupid. So Anya's like, "Well, I guess I have to drop out," and comes to the rescue Cole, who is a former racer, now a reporter, and Anya hates reporters. But Cole's also very sexy. And he's like, "Well, I have a dog who I just keep with me when I travel on reporting assignments. Maybe this one can work as your lead." So they have this really nice scene of them trying to get the dogs acclimated to each other, and as a result, they get acclimated to each other too. Not just the dogs, but the couple. And they develop some really sweet romance there. I like that this movie didn't have any misunderstandings as a plot point, did it?
Some of these.
Usually Hallmark movies has someone like walking in at the wrong time and seeing something and then misunderstanding the intent of that. But we don't get that. This was just like genuinely just like, we're going to try to do a thing. We're going to work to do the thing. We did the thing. Let's all cheer. And I think that's kind of fun. I like to call that the Bug's Life strategy. I guess it's also, if we take it even further back, that's like Seven Samurai. Bug's Life is a remake of Seven Samurai. But anyways, so Cole is a very handsome man. He is pretty charming. He and Anya, of course, end up together. I give them a 6 on the chemistry-o-meter. But what really gets me excited is the chemistry between Lavi and Elise. They gave me a 7 on the chemistry meter. They were great. Meanwhile, the villain of the story is Monty. He is the same racer that beat Anya's father 30 years ago.
He was the underdog.
He was the underdog, yeah. And so I guess there was kind of one misunderstanding where he's presented as the villain of the story, but towards the end, Anya does have a conversation with him, and he kind of presents everything from his perspective, and it makes Anya really the villain. And she's like, "Oh, wow, that's That's a good point. And I'm like, oh,
He didn't need to play into being the villain.
he was a dick.
He complained about being victimized as being the villain, which I understand, but he didn't need to play into it.
Right.
Like, he could have said nice things. She had to say mean things, and she didn't have to say things back.
Yeah.
But, the banter, she stated things back whenever he said something mean, such as, like, oh, glad you could be, the one woman in this race having to, carry a man's legacy or whatever. And, and she was like, thanks so much for supporting womankind.
Peter. There was also, he complained that the women racers had less weight to pull.
Well, he didn't say women. He just said the lighter racers.
Yeah, but it really only affected the two women competing.
Well, I mean, I don't know what the twin brothers that were racing or whatever, they could have been lighter than Monty. So everyone had to put weights on their sleigh to become the same amount of weight as the highest weighted person. Which, did we weigh sleighs?
It's a good question. Do we weigh them pre and post poop?
I don't know, but also, did we weigh the amount of rope versus like the strength of the dogs? Anyway, so like I have people complain about like men and women in sports and changing. It's always the men that want to change everything because they're concerned about those things.
It's interesting too that this is a co-ed sport. I don't know if that's really the case
Or not.
I have no idea. I thought it was interesting in this movie that at least it was co-ed. So I'm giving this writing a 7, writing a 7, acting a 6, directing a 4. Again, chemistry-o-meter 6 for Anya and Cole, 7 for Elise and Lobby. The directing I gave a 4 because there is some horrendous green screen. It's fun though.
It is fun, and we get, due to safety, she's not doing her own stunts on these sleighs or sleds. I'm not sure the proper term is, so sorry, everyone. But they, what was I just talking about?
Green screen.
Green screens.
Yeah.
And I'm like, I'd be wearing a helmet. It goes so fast.
Yeah,
But
I gotta say it was particularly funny when they do the Finnish ice plunge. That is some very awkward green screen.
It was. I know ice definitely doesn't look like that, especially if it's a cutout hole that's been cut out for the entire season on the ice. The sauna scene was very nice to watch. I liked looking at Cole's thighs.
Yep.
Yeah, they were very nice.
Holsteins. So that was the finish line. It's probably my number 2 of the year. I don't know for sure yet till I run the numbers.
Right, it's going to be in my top 5 so far. At least it's right now. It's in my top 5. But yeah, I think it's over the. What was the holiday marriage one?
To Haven to Holiday.
Happen to holiday, just above that.
I liked it just above that too. That's probably my number 3.
It was. I think it's a must see. It was very cute, very cute.
I do kind of feel like they buried it in the middle of this weekend of 6 movies, and they didn't even put a Christmas title on it.
Well, that's true.
Maybe they weren't too optimistic on how well it would do.
Yeah, I mean maybe, but throw a bunch of dogs in there, you'll have me crying.
Yeah.
So it was a beautiful movie to watch for the genre.
All right. Well, see y'all next week.
Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas.